What if I told you that one of the most iconic downhill racers in the world, someone who spent his life chasing speed through the most extreme terrain, found his greatest adventure not on a remote mountain trail, but in a quiet forest clearing with a tent, a stove, and a few meatballs? That's exactly what happens in this episode of Tailfin's Overnighters. And it's a story that's way more profound than you might expect. Let me break it down for you. Here's the thing. When you think of someone like Josh Bryceland, aka Ratboy, your mind probably jumps to World Cup races, gnarly jumps, and adrenaline-fueled chaos. But this video isn't about that. It's about a guy who spent his life in hyperdrive suddenly hitting pause, packing a bike with camping gear that looks like it belongs in a survival show, and heading into the woods. And what's fascinating? He's not just doing this for a video. He's doing it because he's realizing that the real magic isn't in the destination. It's in the act of slowing down and noticing the world around you. Now, I'll admit, the idea of a professional athlete giving up their high-octane lifestyle for a weekend in the woods sounds, well, kind of boring. But here's where it gets interesting. Bryceland isn't just taking a break. He's redefining what adventure means. Instead of chasing the next big race or the next extreme challenge, he's reconnecting with the places that shaped him. And that's not just personal. It's a mirror to all of us. How many of us are stuck in this loop of constantly chasing the next big thing, convinced that happiness is just a few steps away when the truth is it might be right under our noses? Let's talk about the meatballs. No, really. One of the most powerful moments in this video isn't the dirt jumps or the firelight conversations. It's when they stop at a local butcher for some meatballs. Why does that matter? Because it's a reminder that adventure isn't always about grand gestures. It's about the small human things. Sharing a meal with someone, laughing with old friends, or just sitting in silence while the wind rustles through the trees. And Bryceland? He's learning that the same way he once carved his name into the history books of mountain biking, he can now carve out a life that's rich in meaning, not just milestones. But here's the deeper question. What happens when someone who's spent their life in the spotlight suddenly decides to turn off the cameras? Bryceland's journey isn't just about finding peace. It's about redefining success. In a world that glorifies hustle culture and burnout, this video quietly challenges us to ask, are we living for the next big thing? Or are we living for the things that make us feel alive in the moment? And if you're honest with yourself, how often do you let the noise of your daily life drown out the simple joys that are actually sustaining you? So the next time you're scrolling through Instagram and seeing someone's epic expedition halfway across the world, maybe pause. Maybe ask yourself, is the grass really greener somewhere else? Or is it just that we've forgotten how to find beauty in the places we already are? Because if there's one takeaway from this video, it's that the most meaningful adventures aren't always the ones that take us farthest from home. They're the ones that bring us back to what truly matters.